Good evening. I have my hood up because of the mosquitoes, not the bees. It is like 8:30 p.m. and the mosquitoes are trying to bite me. I took the day off of work today and I just had 2 ice cream sandwiches, so feeling pretty confident right now. Feeling pretty good. I want to check out this hive. Last time I opened it, I saw a bunch of drone cells. I asked my uncle, I'm like, is this a bad thing? Is it possible that the queen is not in a good condition? But pretty much I'm going to open it up. I'm really looking to see if they're storing things in the top box I put in there. I want to see like eggs, small larva, big larva, capped brood, and like I said, a food source. If all that is there, even if I don't see the queen, I'm just going to be pretty relaxed about their condition. If all the frames in the bottom box are full and the top ones are empty, I'm probably going to take a frame from the top, replace it with one from the bottom, and hope that that encourages them to go up. So let's open this thing up. There's 2 baby bunnies. It's kind of cute. There's actually still some sugar water left. I think I'm just gonna leave that. We actually got a question about sugar water from one of the many lifelong fans of this channel, asking, why the sugar water, and is that going to mess with the end product of honey? Very good question. So pretty much when keeping bees, from what I know, 9 times out of 10, when you have a new nuke that you're starting out with that year, the question of are you going to give them sugar water or some food supplement is like 9 times out of 10 yes. They're fragile. Honestly, the colony can be fragile, and the thing you want to do is just make sure they have a food source. Now honestly, there's a lot of flowers around, and they're growing pretty strong, so I could probably stop. There's a little bit in there and I'm going to give it to them, but it's just really important to keep the hive strong. And then as far as the product, first off, these are like brood boxes, so they're laying eggs in there, and there's some honey for them to eat too, but I'm not going to take any honey out of there. Eventually I will have a queen excluder, which will have holes in it that the queen won't be able to get through, so there will be no eggs. No bees will be born up there. That will be pure honey. And once I have that set up, I probably won't be giving them sugar water anymore, so that won't affect the honey that we'll be eating, or maybe eventually selling, who knows. And the honey I am giving them is honestly such a minuscule amount of what they're feeding on around here, so it really won't affect their honey that much either. I don't know though, maybe I should ask Chat GPT, because I asked that. He's my best friend. Yeah. So I'll speed through this, but I do want to look at each frame really quick, see what I see, put them all back, and then I'll head out. Now this should be nectar. This is just a clear substance in there. Oh my gosh. This is the first time I'm tasting honey. This, oh my gosh, that's good. I probably look like total unk right now. I'm actually seeing my niece and nephew this weekend. I'm really excited about it. We're gonna go see Forrest Frank. That's amazing. That is good honey. I'm excited. I remember why I'm doing this. That was awesome. Looks like we might have another practice queen cell maybe here at the bottom. Oh, This is in the top frame. I am seeing a lot of larvae in there. See those little white guys look like maggots? Those are the larvae down in there. So that's good. This frame is obviously going to be a lot more food storage. Cool thing is you can see different specks of color in here. I believe that is kind of indicative of what they are foraging on. So by different little specks of different colors, the browns, yellows, the darker, the maroons, that is kind of shows it's pollen, but it's pollen from a bunch of different flowers we have around here, which is pretty cool. Here's a little bee, a little bit of pollen on his back. I'm sorry, her back. All the bees you're really seeing are female worker bees. Let's see how good an iPhone can see this guy, this girl. Anyway, very cool. Now this lower box, my original box, as you can see, just looks full of bees. Kind of excited to open this up. Hopefully the queen is doing her work. I am seeing a lot of drone cells from the top here. Let's see how many eggs are being laid. This is a bit of a mix. This first frame at the bottom, as you can see on the top, there's a lot of food storage. There's a lot of nectar up top. And then this is capped brood in the middle. And then you can see some larvae down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. There's some drone cells up top there. See the big ones? Like I mentioned before, those are for the male bees. I was a little bit worried that they were making so many because sometimes that can be a bad sign, but my Uncle Chad reminded me that he gave me all honey frames. All of these frames were used on the top of boxes for just honey. There was no eggs being laid. So because of that, there was no bigger cells for the drones to live in. So it looks like these bees are going to have to make some cells that are designated for a bigger drone. So I just closed up the hive. I'm sweating so much. I did not see any little eggs, I don't think. I wasn't looking crazy hard, but I should see like little grains of rice in there if the queen is laying eggs. But I saw a bunch of small larvae, big larvae, so there's all stages of brood. I just didn't really see any little eggs. Again, I wasn't looking that hard, so should be just a healthy hive. The other thing I didn't really look for, but I want to start looking for, is mites. Mites are probably the biggest obstacle for a hive to survive, especially through the winter. So mite treatment is going to be something I have to do here soon. There's a couple different approaches. Some are more effective, some are more natural ingredients and stuff. I'm going to have to figure out exactly what I'm ordering. I've gotten input from different people, but treating them for mites, you'll see it's like a little bug on their back. Actually, funny enough, they're trying to breed bees that do this more and clean themselves more. And if you keep breeding that population of honeybees, they're thinking that they can get bees that are able to get the mites off of them and evolve that way. Anyway, mite treatment will be a big thing because my goal for this year is really just to have them survive winter and keep the population strong. So that's the update.